People talk about the meaning of life, talk about the good times, talk about the good life, say it's all in front of you, but in front of you, there's also gonna be some rough days, gonna be some bad days, some days when the sky is gray, but you know what they say. Don't let them steal your sunshine. Don't let them take your sunlight. If you let
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Media Mania podcast. I'm your host, as always, the Media Maverick, Mike Weldon. And today I'm joined by the one and the only, the BadMan Erik Dennis. Mr. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's good? How's it going, man?
Well, it's another wonderful day in paradise, you know.
I feel that.
So we're gonna get right into it with our first question of the show. What was your first match like, and how did it shape you as a performer?
My first match was it's kind of ass, not gonna lie. I'm only actually my 1 year was last month. My 1 year anniversary from when I officially debuted as a pro wrestler was last month, and it was very I gotta say it was very eye opening because I think up until that first match, I was kind of like feeling myself, like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
getting this. I'm getting pretty good. I'm getting down. Then I had that first match, watched it back. I swear, ever since that day, I've been my biggest critic. I I will watch all of my stuff back and be like, all right, I got a lot of work to do, a lot of room for growth. And so I think it's very humbling in a good way. Like, I don't know, we're in a business of big egos on screen and in the locker room too. And it was, I feel like you got to have a big ego to be in this business and be successful at it. But also at the same time, you got to be self-aware. And I feel like I'm really self-aware. And that match kind of made me a little more self-aware that, like, okay, I can't be my biggest mark. I gotta be my biggest critic. So that's kind of how I approach everything. I like I said, I'm only a year in, and I'm hungry. I'm learning from the best at the Ugly Dojo, and constantly trying to get better, trying to evolve, and even not my coaches, even outside, I'm always trying to learn from the vets in the business who are in the locker room. And asking their feedback, asking what I need to work on, even if it's people who have nothing to do with my matches or anything. So, yeah, that's kind of how it shaped me.
And it's the same. I look at it the same way with like podcasting. Like when I first started out, I didn't know any kind of layout or format to this. Like I was just asking random questions right off the top of my head. I'm like, and people, you can't just do that. Like asking questions on the fly. You have to have some kind of layout, or your show's just gonna look like you don't know what you're doing.
I feel that.
So, who were your inspirations that got you wanting to be a professional wrestler?
I mean, if we're talking like childhood heroes, like in regards to childhood heroes, growing up, I was like Evolution, DX, John Cena, Rated RKO. That was my generation. Those were the people that I grew up like idolizing. Especially like I watch a lot of Evolution stuff right now just to kind of, because they're the best heels in my opinion. That was like one of the best heel groups of my generation, and like there's some good stuff to take from all of them. And so yeah, they were big inspirations. John Cena is my all time hero. Like, I feel like most people in the business if don't want to say that John Cena was their hero for some reason. Like, it sounds very like I don't know, makes you kind of sound like a mark a little bit, but also at the same time, it's like it's John Cena, dude. Like, he's where he is for a really good
Okay.
reason.
Yeah, the never see 17.
Yep. But then, honestly, my if we're talking like personal inspiration, the reason I'm in the business is because my buddy Logan Low Devereaux. He we went to high school together. Um, kind of went our separate ways. Hadn't talked in like 10 years, and then I seen one day that he was debuting at Next Level Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
So I saw, and then they started talking about training and stuff. And I'm like, well, if Lowe's doing it, like I should give it a shot too. I should try out too. So yeah.
So, how did your BadMan persona come to be?
So the BadMan persona, it's a kind of started as a bit of a throwaway because for a while during my training and when I was getting ready to get to that next point where I was getting ready to debut officially, I was going under the name of the rock and roller Erik Dennis. And it was a greaser gimmick. So the leather jacket I wear is from that. I just cut the sleeves off, spray painted the back. But so I was like this greaser gimmick and I was doing the voice and all this, like, and it was just, it got to the point though where I was so focused on the character and like the voice and things like that that I wasn't focusing on the story I was telling in the ring or getting better in the ring and things like that. So I kind of just dropped it one day, just like I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it anymore, so I just dropped it.
Yeah.
And then at training, I was just like, just call me the BadMan. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. Just call me the BadMan for now, and I'll figure out the character later on. And then it just kind of stuck. We having practice matches. One day, we were doing like we were doing an international drill, and I shoulder tackled my buddy, and then I just randomly out of nowhere I did this thing to the fans, and then I hit the ropes and did my spot, and the guys were like, "Where did that come from?" And I was like, "I have no idea." And they're like, "Keep it." So it's just like that's where that came from. That's been my pose ever since. And the character itself has kind of evolved from there because it basically was just a throwaway at one point. I was just a placeholder, but like it kind of does my own personal like beyond the curtain, my own personal like attitude and the way I carry myself. I'm not mean. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bully. I am very sarcastic. I can be an asshole to my friends and like family, and like I love a good rib, and I very rarely am taking myself too seriously. So much so to the point where it gets me in trouble with like interpersonal relationships sometimes, and so that's kind of what the BadMan is as well. He's like, he's more so a bad man because society told him he was a bad man. Growing up, he was told, "You're a bad kid. You're a bad student. You can't do this." As an adult, "Oh, you're a bad employee. You're bad, like all this stuff, bad at relationships, all this." That's kind of my idea. And so, also on the other end, he kind of likes that. He kind of like, that's what you expect from him. That's what he's going to give you. And he's going to give it to you tenfold. And he's going to, you think he's a problem. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be your problem. He's going to make sure you know who he is. And he's going to make sure that he pisses you off when you see him. And that's kind of where the character has evolved from there. It's like, because a lot of that's pretty real to like how I grew up as well. Like I had with like ADHD and like I'm pretty neurodivergent and was very hyperactive, very distracted as a kid. And like, so I felt that like that was real life. Like I had that, like I was getting in fights at school. I was a very angry child. And I had that. I had teachers who were telling me, "You're not going to amount to anything." Like in high school, freshman year of high school, I decided I wanted to try out for pro wrestling, um, or sorry, for the wrestling team,
Yeah.
and the coach pretty much told me just to not even try because my grades were so bad and I would never get them back up, and like I didn't even have a shot. And so since he told me that, I was like, well, okay, I guess I won't. And which like, God, I can only imagine what would have happened if I'd have stuck with that and tried to be like a wrestler in high school too, you know? Um, so yeah, so I take a lot of my own real life experience and what like I had to go through growing up and kind of think about like what would I be like if I didn't like get myself, I guess, mellowed out. Like what if I didn't like become a well-rounded like positive member of society? What if I decided to just roll with it and just be like, all right, you want me to be an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole. And
Just
so
turn
that's
it up
kind
to
of
10.
yeah, that's kind of what the BadMan is. It's where I was growing up, who I think I would be if I decided to not turn my
Yeah.
life around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly. So, if you don't mind me asking, you were talking about where you got trained in the Ugly Dojo. So, when I hear the word dojo, all I can think about, like wrestling wise, is like the New Japan, like how they train, like they call theirs the
mhm.
dojo too. Do they kind of have that same kind of training style as they do in Japan?
The Ugly Dojo. So the head trainers of the Ugly Dojo are going to be the Big Ugly JD Bishop, um, and then all old school Oliver John, um, and they're both the way they train is very their styles definitely I think work really well together because uh, Coach Ugly he his style is very like grapple based and like like it's they both train in a very like old school pro wrestling way, which I prefer. That's kind of my style. I prefer um the focus of on selling the fight, making it look real, making it look aggressive, um, slow pacing, not necessarily spot, but letting the spots breathe, and then even your heat, your strikes, things like that, letting that breathe more so than the spots. And so that's kind of the way they train, but also at the same time they like have a very good um, understanding and appreciation of new stuff too. Um, so
Yeah,
so nah, it's all good. They have a very like they understand like this is the old school way and this is very good foundationally. Um, but with the way pro wrestling is now, you got to incorporate some of the newer stuff. You got to incorporate some of the spotty stuff sometimes, or some of the like stuff that might not be their favorite style.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I appreciate about them is that yeah, the style is very old school. Like this is how pro wrestling used to be and should be in their minds, and that's even how I prefer it. Honestly, like my personal preference in wrestling definitely aligns more with theirs than like the more fast paced, more athletic spectacle
Yeah,
style, if that makes sense. But yeah.
it does. So, do you have like people you travel with? Like, I know some people who go to show. They have people they travel with when they go show to show. Do you have like people that you go to shows with? Like people that also work the same shows as you? Do you all travel with them a lot to like save on gas and all that?
Yeah, I usually end up driving myself because so far I haven't really done too much. Um, like I've gone to Reno, so I'm Sacramento based,
Yep.
um, and so far the furthest I've gone like north has been Reno, and the furthest like down south would be like Fresno. So I really haven't done so much traveling. Um, It's more so locally, like Sacramento Bay Area. I'm working still on getting myself out there more. But no, when I do go out to those further shows, I do like to bring somebody. Um, like when I went to Reno this past year, I went with my boy Big Mo Dog. He's a next level wrestler. Just debuted this past year as well. Um, but then like the Fresno shows, I usually go with my family just because we have family out there, so
Yeah.
we use it as another excuse to just, hey, we got family to stay with, and we can go visit them while I'm
Yeah.
doing my show out here. So, yeah.
That's a good excuse. Hey, I will not fault you for it. I will not fault you one bit. So, with you being in the Bay Area, do you see a lot of like? I know there's a lot of big name people that live out there. One especially that comes right off the top of my head is Bailey in WWE. I know she's from San Fran, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, yeah, she. I know she trains out at. She trained out at Big Time Wrestling, I believe, out there, where my boy Jerry Gigolo's from there as well. But no, I haven't met too many like bigger names. Just and if I do, I kind of like. I did get the opportunity a while back at a Fighting Spirit show that I worked a small throwaway segment for. Um, um, I got the opportunity to meet Joe Henry at that show. That was cool.
Don't say his name, please. Don't say his name.
And then
behind me.
Brian Cage was also on that show, and I actually got the chance to get some pretty good advice from him on my look and my image. Because at the time I was wearing, I was wearing these like black tattered jeans and like a pink tank top.
Yeah.
And really not taking as good care of my physical appearance and body as I should have been at the time. So I didn't really look like a wrestler. I went out there and wrestled my boy Jamie, who also, if I'm being perfectly honest, at the time did not look like a wrestler either.
Yeah.
And there's 300 people in the audience. We went out there looking like we were just some fans, got in the ring, and we got attacked by my then coach, Tony Vargas, attacked us both with steel chairs. And I don't know. It was just, he was like, kind of pointed out like, hey, not everybody can be a body guy, but everybody can get gear. They can get like good gear. They can get an image that separates themselves from just being another fan, you know? And so I actually took that to heart and really started working on my image ever since that day. Cause I'm like, I mean, if Brian Cage is going to tell you like what to do and he's where he's at, like, I'll take that advice, man. Like,
yeah, I would take it 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So I asked this for the first time to a guest I had on my last episode. Do you have a song or playlist you listen to when you're backstage before you go out to your match?
Not really backstage. I do have my pump up music though, that I listen to on my way to shows and stuff. Like things that really pump me up. Ice Nine Kills, Day to Remember, Falling in Reverse. My entrance song, as goofy as it may be, I will listen to my entrance song on the way to a show, pretty much every time. Just it helps me get in that mind space, and like especially the song is "Bad Guy" by Falling in Reverse, and just like the lyrics in it are very like, I don't know, the whole song is him talking about what I talked about previously with my character, like being, oh, you tell me I'm this, you tell me I'm this, you tell me I'm this. Well, then I'm going to be that. I'm going to give that to you. So it's kind of, yeah, like I've considered changing it a couple times, but I'm like, honestly, it fits the character. It fits like everything about the character. even even the personality of Ronnie Radke, I think fits the character too. Because I love the guy, but he's definitely one of those guys who feeds off of people's like negativity. Like, and I feed off people like that. I think as a heel, that should be kind of the vibe you go for. That's why I like Logan Paul, because he knows you hate him and he's gonna make you hate him. And I
Yeah.
feel like Ronnie Radke's kind of the same thing, even though he's not a pro wrestler. And that's what I want the Badman to be. I want the
Hey,
Badman to be somebody who knows you hate him,
he's
and
gonna
I'm
make you
gonna
hate him.
feed off of that. So
So the gear you wear, like you were talking about it, do you have someone now that designs your gear, or do you make all your own gear yourself?
it's kind of I'm still in a stage where I'm kind of figuring out the gear stuff. My I have a set of boots that my wife got me last Christmas, custom fit boots from High Spot.
Okay.
And so it's pink boots.
Okay.
But then my pants for a while I was just wearing these like cargo pants I got off of Amazon. And like I said before, the jacket was just a leather jacket. I ripped the sleeves off of.
Yeah.
Since then, I've gotten a better pair of pants from Amazon, and I've had a couple of negative experiences with. There's great gear makers in my area, and a lot of really fantastic. I'm seeing a lot of fantastic stuff, but personally, I've had like kind of a few negative experiences with gear
Yeah.
makers, and so I'm trying to. This being a business, I'm trying to make money at this too. So
Yeah.
part of my recently I've started I bought a sewing machine, and I've been starting to learn how to do some stuff myself.
Yeah.
Just because like if I can save money on that or even offer services eventually to like other people and stuff, that's just another venue to make money. So
Yeah.
and save money. So I took the cargo pants I have, and recently I cut the pockets off. I sewed a little bandana over them. I sewed a bandana hanging from the pocket, added a waistband. So like just little things here to like practice and learn. And actually I'm working on I have a shopping cart I'm about ready to press send on for all kinds of like material to actually make a full pair of pants myself.
Off
Um,
Amazon.
yeah, so
Please quit
um,
ordering stuff. I work for Amazon. Quit ordering stuff.
oh no,
Quit
man,
ordering stuff. I beg of you, please.
it's got to be brutal right now. I feel it, man. My shoot job uh is I work at a well-known coffee house, and this season, man, it's I think we're both in industries where this season is crazy for.
It is.
But
So, do you have a favorite piece of gear you currently own that you like that you would never get rid of?
favorite piece of gear, honestly, um, I consider it gear. The reason I did it was for gear,
Yeah.
was for the image to get recognition.
Yeah.
The hair and the beard. The beard I'll never get rid of because I don't have a chin. The hair was like I just recently did this like 3-4 months ago, something like that. Probably less than that, honestly. But I've never dyed my hair in my life. And I was just like, one day I'm like, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna dye my hair pink. And ever since then, dude, like I think it's part of it is it's helping me live the character a little bit more. And then also the recognition piece. I went to a WWE event at the Golden One Center in October, and I got stopped multiple times by people who were like, "Oh, it's the BadMan. How's it going?" And like all this and that, and like, so that was cool. Like, and then even just in my personal non wrestling life, I have people stop me all the time. They're like, "I love the hair. Why? Like, what's up with it?" And it gives me a venue to tell them, "Oh, it's for my wrestling thing because I'm a pro wrestler, and it just kind of fit the character and the gimmick." And I've gotten a lot of followers and a lot of people like look into the pro wrestling thing because of that. And then also too, at the end of the day, like it's uh, it's going to be a long time before I'm somebody's favorite wrestler because I'm good at wrestling. That's what I think. At least I think it's going to be a long time before I'm somebody's favorite wrestler because of my in-ring skills.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I'm not entertaining them, and I'll be damned if they don't remember who I am.
Hey, you gotta make them remember you. Yeah.
Yep. And it's
So
I think of it as like cheap heat, but they're gonna remember the pink hair. Like,
I know I will. I love the hairstyle. Like I told you, I love it. I wish I could do more of my hair. But do you, and you were talking about when you were at the WWE show that people were recognizing you and coming up to you saying, "Hey, it's the BadMan." So my question is, how do you interact with people like when you're out in public and online when you're posting stuff for your wrestling? How do you interact with people both in person and online?
I try to be very careful online. Um, all of my personal social media is private. I do have some fellow workers and like that in the area who we follow each other on my personal page.
Yeah.
But my personal stuff is private just because I know I'm creating this brand, I'm creating this character, and I don't need fans to follow my like I don't need fans to see who my kid and my wife are, you know? Like you can see my wrestling stuff, but so social media I do a decent job I think of separating and Instagram I'm always in character for sure. Um, one thing I do need I kind of need to work on a little bit is keeping the character alive during the fan interactions. Uh I tend to break character a little bit and um like if I like have an interaction with a fan or somebody recognizes me outside of wrestling or something, I'm usually like in normal mode. Like I'm not like, oh, get out of my face. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like which I know like I don't know, I feel like there's pros and cons to that.
Know when to be in kayfabe and know when not to be in kayfabe.
Yeah. But even at shows like at the merch table and stuff, like I tend to be nicer than I think I should be. Because I think I can still be in character and still interact with the fans. Because a lot of the fans, that's what they want. They want that negative interaction. That's why they go to wrestling shows. It's because it gives them an outlet to be. Because you can't just cuss out people that you don't like in real life. You can't just be like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit. Like you're a dirtbag." Like you can't do that in real life. Like at a pro wrestling show, you can come up to me and tell me you hate me. You can come up to me and tell me that you think I'm the worst person on the planet. I'm not going to fault you for it. It's my job to make you think that. So, but if you say stuff like that to me, it should be tit for tat. I should be giving you the same energy, you know? Like, so that's kind of where I need to work on is like keeping that energy. On my way to the ring recently, like I feed on the hatred, like, and I'll give it back. But it's after the match, after the fact that I'm like, oh hey, how's it going? Like, and also recently I've been having a little bit more freedom with interacting positively with some of the fans because I've been recognizing some of the fans who like me for being bad, and they're like, like I'll be choking somebody in the ring or something, doing something dirty, and there's like one or two fans out there that are like, "Yeah, get him again." I was at this show a couple months back in Tucson City for the Ugly Dojo, and it was a lot of the fans in the audience were on the spectrum in some form or other. We were putting on a show for I don't know the exact details, but uh, I want to say it was like a nonprofit that does things for people who have disabilities and stuff. And I'm in there. I'm facing my boy Lo. I was telling you about earlier, and he's doing his little. He dances and like he's the boogie woogie man and does a lot of dancing on his way to the ring and pumping the ring and stuff. And like, so I'm in the ring, and he's in his corner doing his little dance, eating up the fan reaction. I'm looking at the audience, giving them all dirty looks. And there's this young kid, like probably like teenager, in the audience. And he looks at me, he's like, and he's clearly like, he had some sort of disability. It was pretty clear, but he's looking at me. He's like, "Hey, trying to get my attention." He's like telling me to like, and I'm like, "Yeah, you think
you think I should hit him?
He's attacking?" Like, pretty much telling me to Pearl Harbor the guy, and like, I ate that up. That was so cool. Like, I've recently started getting more of that. Like, people like encouraging the bad behavior. So that's fun. That's cool to see. But
it reminds me of earlier this summer. I think it was earlier this summer or late last spring, like this past spring, when Cross was doing his whole thing with Sami Zayn attacking him, and all the fans were just like, "We want more of it."
Mm-hmm.
They're just chanting, "We want Cross!" Like and he was the bad guy, and they were cheering for it.
As a kid, I always Edge is my all-time favorite heel. Edge and Cena are like the best superhero evil villain like story for my generation, for me growing up. Like, and I hated Edge with an absolute passion. And so when I'm like watching TV and I see the people cheering for him and stuff, I'm always like, "What is wrong with you? He's the worst person." And then obviously growing up now, it's like, I appreciate that so much. Like, he's one of my favorite heels of all time because of that. Like the way he made me feel. So
when he cut his long hair off, I'm like, "What are you?" When he came out with this short hair, I'm like, "Who is this guy? This is not Edge."
I feel that.
So what does the BadMan do after a show to decompress? Does he go out to a restaurant? Does he go to the bar? Does he just go home and relax? What does he do to unwind after a night at the show?
He goes home, sometimes takes a couple of Tylenol if he's feeling it, and goes to sleep. I don't know. I feel like a show for me is the decompress. It is like going out there in front of the fans and being able to entertain, being able to put on some sort of show, some sort of story that like gets people to react in some sort of way. Mm-hmm. That for me is like, at least at this point in my journey, that is my decompression. Okay. I feel like that's my decompression from my shoot job, from my normal like responsibilities and things like that. And I'm working because at the end of the day, this is a business. It's not a hobby, so it shouldn't be like that forever. So it's definitely the stress from it has been building. But like in my personal, the ways I like to decompress, I love a good audiobook. I listen to a lot of I want to say there's like 10 Stephen King books left, including his novellas and all his like other stuff that I haven't listened to or read. I'm a huge Stephen King mark, and I listen to his stuff to decompress. I listen to music to decompress, and then working out, man. Like, I got a pretty decent home gym set up, and that's my favorite way to decompress. Honestly, is just to exercise. It
Right.
makes you feel so good.
So, what has been your proudest moment in wrestling so far?
It's a little silly, but um, I gotta say it's the random interactions with people I don't know
Mm-hmm.
who tell me that they've like really like see something in me, Like so the other day when my coach is always posting these little prompts on Facebook like who do you think is the best tag team in NorCal? Who do you think is the best promo guy in NorCal? Like things like that. And the other day he posted something about um, who do you think is the best greenhorn, the best in NorCal with less than 2 years of experience? And somebody name dropped me who I never in my life heard of. Like I didn't know who this guy was. I
Mm-hmm.
might have seen him at a show. I just don't recognize him or remember him. If you watch this and like if you are somebody I'm supposed to recognize, my bad. Um, uh, come see me at the merch table. I'll hook you up with a sticker or something. um,
Oh, sticker.
but
Yeah, you heard him here. A sticker. He'll hook you up with the sticker.
yeah, not but yeah, like seeing that was like because on the flip side, I also had somebody who I'm really close with make another post about like, oh, these are the top 26 guys to watch in 2026, like in regards to new guys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was included on that list, and that felt cool to see that like that he thinks that of me, but also at the same time, it's somebody I work side by side with, somebody
Yeah.
who is currently like building me up in different storylines at different promotions and stuff. And like, of course, he would say that. Like, I'm one of his boys. Like, um, not that it takes any less from him saying that. Like, I take that very seriously and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it's the random ones, the people that I don't know, that
Mm-hmm.
would be like, well, for you to say that, you don't have any like skin in the game in regards to who I am in the ring, who my character is, anything like that. But you're saying that as well. Um, so like I told my wife when I was talking about it, I'm like, guys got bad taste, but like it's cool that like I'm getting flowers from people. Like even though I think I'm still so new to this, I still have so much work to put forward and so much growth that needs to come out of me before I'm like even deserve to be thought of like that in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so that's probably the most meaningful fan interactions is things like that. Um,
It was like you were saying at the beginning. We are our own biggest critics.
mhm.
So, the out of the promotions you have worked for so far in your 1 year of being in the business, is there any one locker room that you love being a part of, like sharing the locker room with, like any like one roster or people that you love sharing the locker room with?
I love them all, man. I really like I vibe with the boys, man. Like so my first promotion, my first home promotion where I started training was Next Level.
Hmm.
Trained under Tony Vargas over there.
Yeah.
Um, and I do a Next Level show at least once a month. And um, especially the Next Level guys, those are my boys. We came up together, we trained together. Same thing with
Yeah.
the Ugly Dojo boys, man. Like like those are my
Yeah.
two wrestling homes. It's
Yeah.
Next Level and Ugly Dojo.
Hmm.
So those locker rooms, I'm always like, anytime I'm in those locker rooms, I feel like I'm with my brothers, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but even so, like even outside of that, like um, the Stoner U locker room, like I went and did a show for them once, and it was a vibe, dude. Like East Bay, every time I do an East Bay show, the locker room is it's the same thing, man. Like a lot of the locker rooms we share, a lot of these specific locker rooms, we share a lot of the same talent, and so you get to build some relationship and camaraderie with a lot of these different wrestlers from around the area, and I don't know, it's a vibe. Like it's we're all in it together. So I think if we're not having um, if the vibes are off in the locker room, I think that's kind of weird. Like I so
Kind
far I haven't wrestled a promotion where that's been the case. So far, every promotion I've wrestled, it's been kind of because I mean we're all working together with the same goal. Our
yeah.
goal at the end of the day is to go out there and entertain these people, like
Mhm.
get some sort of emotional reaction out of them. And I think if we all go in with that same goal, and uh, there ain't no reason we shouldn't be.
So, has anyone from any of your two home promotions that you work for, has anyone from either one of them like been used as like an enhancement, like a extra or anything for like any of the major promotions?
Oh yeah, man, my boy Travis works WWE all the time. Um, the top shot of Travis Alexander. He's a he He's been regularly getting security gigs on WWE and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Um, what did he do? Yeah, he's worked a couple spots with Jacob Fatu, and like when they were doing the like OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline thing
Yeah.
a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was he did a spot in October as well. He caught a crossbody from Cody Rhodes when he like crossbody. It was him and Drew, I want to say at the time, and
Yeah.
they took out all the security guards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's cool. It's cool to see your boys like on
Yeah.
the big show, even in those little spots. And
Yeah.
then my
Like
oh sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's always cool to see it because one of the guys, like one of my favorites right now on the indie scene out of New York, he was just in a little small spot at Full Gear. He was part of Mercedes Monet's entrance at Full Gear.
Mm.
Uh
Yeah, that's cool.
Tommy Invincible.
Yeah, I know. I follow him. I've seen that guy. He's dope.
I didn't know it was him at first. I saw like I saw a picture like it. And it took me a second to recognize his tattoos. His tattoos were weird looking to me, but then when I saw his face and his little mohawk on the top, I'm like that's Tommy Invincible. He's on AEW TV in a little extra spot. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
So does the bad? So if people wanted to go support the BadMan, like, do you have like merch that people can buy? Like if they are not able to go to the shows, like, do you have a website that they can go buy your merch from?
Yeah, man. I'm always open to sell my stuff even directly. Like if people hit me up on online, but yeah, merch is big for me because I'm like I said at the end of the day, I'm in this to make money. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business I love, but if you're not trying to make money, then it's kind of weird. It's a weird business to be in for free because we put ourselves through a lot, physically, emotionally. Just we put ourselves through a lot. So like I try to really make sure I'm on top of my merch game because I got what do I got? I have temporary tattoos. I have stickers. I have pins. I have 8x10s. I have t-shirts. Um, I've been selling hot sauce, homemade hot sauce that I make.
Okay.
I just sold out of my first batch of that, so I had to make more, which is cool.
I'll definitely have to pick me up some BadMan merch. I'll definitely have to.
Oh yeah, bro. And then I have shirts. I have shirts available on Pro Wrestling Tees. And then I have I'm working on getting some more shirts available too. But yeah, right now that's about it. But yeah, I mean, all of my, if anyone follows me on Instagram, all of my links are in my bio, and that'll take you to where I sell my stuff.
So
And if they want to buy anything that's not t-shirt related, just drop me a DM.
okay, if you heard it here first, if you want some BadMan merch and you can't get it off Pro Wrestling Tees, make sure you hit up the BadMan, and he'll make sure you get what you need. So with 2025 coming to a close and 2026 about to start, are there any big plans for 2026 for the BadMan?
Plans, not so much. Goals, yes. Goals in pro wrestling, obviously continue getting better. But I made myself a 12-month plan back in June. I gotta check my status on that. But part of it was to wrestle for, I want to say 10 or maybe 8 new promotions in the next 12 months. And so far I want to say I've crossed off 4 of them. So I want to wrestle for as many new promotions as I can. I obviously want to keep getting better. I want to grow my follower count on social media. That's a big one for me. Because right now I average about 4 to 6 bookings a month. That's really not a lot of time to get over if you think about it.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get over on my social media while I'm at it, which I think I'm pretty good at. I put some pretty fun stuff out there. I think get a good amount of reactions.
Yeah. I try to check out, like, when I have a guest lined up for the show, I try to check out their socials and see what they're posting. That way I kind of know what's been going on with them. Same thing with like it's like you said, building social media is everyone thinks it's, oh yeah, you can just post something and you're good. You have to know what you're doing. You have to put hashtags. You have to know when to post it at the busiest times. Like, I started 2025 with just under 1,000 followers, and I'm a little over 3,000 now at the end.
There you go. Yeah, the timing thing's so crazy to me too, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, if you post it, then people see it. Like, I don't know why the timing matters, but then, like, I keep learning that lesson over and over and not following the, because like the other day I posted a video of, it was my letter to Santa Claus, but it was me declaring for our Christmas Chaos Rumble at Next Level.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny. Take some digs at a couple of the Next Level talent, and then tell Santa Claus to kiss my ass at the end of it. And I thought it would get more reaction, but I posted it like 10 o'clock at night, which I know better. I know, like, you got to post it like 10 or 11 in the morning. Like, that's when you're going to get more reaction, more interaction stuff. But
like, on the nights there's like, this is gonna sound cheesy, and I know there's so many of them out there, so many WWE content creators. But I've learned if I want to post something WWE related, I usually post it when there's like Raw or SmackDown or NXT on, and people are checking social media for WWE stuff, like all the reels people post showing. That's when I try to post my WWE content. That's when I know I'll get the most eyes on it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's just a learning curve.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all a learning curve, which, I mean, in every area of this business, there's some learning to continue doing. Marketing yourself, promos, wrestling itself, interacting with fans, gear, merchandising. Like, there's so many things, so many different, like, variables of this business, and every single one of them is something that you have to keep learning. You can't just get stagnant in any of it. And which is also something I like about this business. It's something that's continually growing, and you have to adapt and you have to learn how to continually get over. Because if you're not, like, then you're not going to grow. You're just going to be where you're at. So
one of my last questions I want to ask you, is, when you were developing your in-ring style and the moves you do, did you take any influence from any other wrestlers when you were like trying to create your move set and what you wanted to do in the ring?
It hasn't translated so much yet. I'm still working on it quite a bit, but the two biggest guys that I take a lot of in ring influence from, um, and that I'm trying to really incorporate into the way I wrestle, the way I work, um, Orton and Reigns. Um, I love the way that they're both very. Every single thing that Randy Orton and Roman Reigns do is
Mhm.
done with purpose. It's done.
Mhm.
There's an intent behind it. It's not just doing it for the sake of doing it, and it's very methodical. They like what they do is methodical, and like they're both guys that really only use a couple of spots every like that's like the 5 moves to do kind of like thing people talk about like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like they get over. They tell great stories. They know what they're doing. So I love the way that they work. Just the methodical pacing of it. Like I'm
Mhm.
gonna slowly beat you down, and I'm gonna interact with the fans and make the fans eat it. Like
Yeah.
uh, that's one thing like that I'm really trying to work on now is my Ollie John, my coach, is working with me on is just my ability to like before I hit my like before I hit a big move or a strike or anything like that,
Yeah.
looking at the crowd and like I'm about to hurt your guy, you know, and then hurting that guy, and then looking at him again and just letting it register, letting it like breathe. Because in that, you also give the guy the opportunity to sell. You give him the time to like
Yeah.
really register that you just beat the crap out of him. So that's um, and then a couple of my spots I do are Roman Reigns spots also, um, but
Yeah.
like he does these corner clotheslines that I really like. I use that a lot,
Yeah.
and I use the drive by drop kick, um, mostly because it's a dirty one. I like the like. Uh, I like how dirty that move is. It's just a like you hang them up on the ropes or the apron, and
Yeah.
then you just come out of nowhere, just kick them in the face. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a
One of
especially
one of
because
the
being
things.
outside the ring, you can interact with the fans before you do it too.
Yeah. One of the things I love, like you were talking about Randy, his moves being like everything he does with a purpose. I don't know if you knew this or not, but you know the scoop slam, like when he gets you on the ropes and he does the scoop slam on you. He like when he claps his hand, that's when he wants you to. That's when I heard that's kind of how he signals you when he's going to do it when he does the
Mhm.
hand clap, and when he
Yep.
doesn't do it, he expects you to know not to do it.
Yeah, it's the Iggy, one of those things you got to communicate because everybody has their own ways of doing all
Mhm.
their stuff. And if you have a, I've learned that if you have an Iggy that's a little bit different or a setup for a move that's a little bit different, then you really want to, like my finisher right now is the backstabber.
Yeah.
And the way I do it is not because like, um, a lot of people who use the backstabber, it's kind of an out of nowhere kind of spot most of the time. It's one
Yeah.
of those like just oh you got the back, boom, pop it out of nowhere. It's really quick spot. It's
Mhm.
not but like the way I do it and the way uh oh shoot, I can't even think of it. One of the local guys gave me the advice. I can't think of his name, or I know his name, but I can't think of who it was. But he gave me that advice like when I hit my backstabber,
Mhm.
and I've been running with it ever since. Is the way I do it is I'll get your back and I will
Yeah.
slam on your shoulders. I will like when I
Yeah.
grab your shoulders and pause, and then I'll
Hit
take
the
it.
backstabber.
And
Yeah.
it's a very like slower and aggressive backstabber than the normal, like
Yeah.
just out of nowhere. And so that's one thing I communicate to the like my opponents if we're gonna work that spot in is like, hey, if I'm a when you feel that it's gonna be big. When you feel that
Yeah.
big clap on your back, we're about to go. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna add a little comedy to it. When the backstabber, do you also spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool?
I haven't got to that point yet. I don't know. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm comfortable with like the gross stuff yet. Like,
The Caribbean, you're not Caribbean cool yet.
nah, I'm not. Um, I can just because I know if somebody spit in my face, I'd be pissed. Like,
Yeah.
and if you're gonna spit in my face, it better be at work because I'm not like that's not cool. Like,
When I first saw Carlito, though, I'm like, why would he spit his apple in someone's face? That's just I'm like I would be like now like I didn't understand it then, and I kind it took me for even as a teenager I didn't understand like if you spit in my face you're gonna get hit.
but like, yeah, but also at the same time, like there are people who do stuff like that, and if that's their thing, you gotta work with them. Like you like honestly, if I work to match with Carlito, yeah, I'm gonna let him spit in my face. Like what kind of a tool would I be if I was like,
Yeah,
you got over doing this thing in WWE and you've been doing it for years, but I'm too good for that. Like, don't like that's
yeah,
crazy. Like if
yeah,
I'm
of course.
gonna work X Pac and like I know a lot of people don't like the Bronco Buster spot, but like but I'll take the Bronco Buster, bro. Like that's
It's Pac.
the stink face like from Rikishi. Like I know that like it's not a fun spot to take, but I mean if it's called for, like I'm gonna work with you, man. If that's your shit, like I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like if that's your stuff, man, I'm not better than you. I'm
One of my favorite female wrestlers on the indie scene right now was trained by him, by Rikishi. Her name's Paige Collette. She goes by the Black Dahlia.
yeah, I follow her.
Yeah.
Because he runs Knox Pro out there.
We don't talk about Knox Pro right now. That's one I've been avoiding that. I've been avoiding that subject like the plague. What was I saying? Yeah, I would like we were saying with the X-Pac with the Bronco Buster. What's the other one? Or the Boogeyman. If you worked with the Boogeyman, he had the whole worm thing going. Like you would, I would expect him to get the worm, like pull the worms out if I was working them.
Yeah, absolutely. It may not be my favorite moment in life, but
It's something that got him over.
Yep.
Well, I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed hearing about the BadMan and just we had some good conversation. I enjoyed having you on. I would definitely love to have you back on like another like later down the road when it's been like another year, like this time next year. See how the second year's gone.
Always looking forward to it, man.
And if y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all go follow the BadMan. He's an awesome dude, and he'll make you love to hate him.
That's right.
And as always, I've been your host, the Media Maverick, Mike Weldon. And make sure you be looking for this episode. It's going to drop in the next 7 days. So be looking for it on YouTube, on Kick, on Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast from. And we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all catch us where y'all catch us.
All right, man.